Top of the morning, goons and mutants. We're back in the chassis of this V4-B for another episode of Forgotten Gear Restorations, and we're gonna discern what's what. It looks like the other guy didn't respect the original designer's ground scheme, and that's something you got to do on these old Ampegs. It's all in or it's all nothing. Let's find out how much hum reduction we can get by going back to the old ways. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do the whole thing, and turn on your notifications so I can annoy you further. Bye. All right, I had to label. I can't sleep. I got to get up early and do this. I had to label everything. I had alluded to it prior in a response. John Williams, I think maybe to your post, that I made some assumptions. And my assumption was that the tech who did the initial cap job had respected the ground scheme and the original schematic, and it looks like he did neither. So he's down 2 caps on the main reservoir. It looks like there's like a series parallel situation going on according to the schematic between the C20 and C18. I might have that off right now, but C17 is a 3 element. Look at that cap can down there. It's got 3 elements. The dude had that connected. 2 of the elements, which I replaced here. And then he had these Illinois caps down here that he's running in series without any balance resistors. Well, that's fine because even the factory did that on the screens. But look at this here. You see these resistors? If you reference the schematic around the C17, you'll see that there's like a offhand 2.2K and 4.7K. These resistors here are decoupling resistors between the stages and the preamp and the phase inverter. And it looks like the junction of those 2 right there should be going over to the phase inverter. And that's that orange wire. You see how the orange wire here is at the end of this 4.7K right there? That should be the preamp node, and then unless there's another dropper or decoupling resistor on this board, and that's what's going to tell me. As from what I'm looking at here, this should be the plate supply, that orange wire for the phase inverter, and that's where my noise is coming from. So either that or the phase inverter grid is floating, because I noticed that when so it has no ground reference theoretically, because when I pull that Compactron tube, the grid loses its ground reference and the hum actually increases. So those are my 2 those are the 2 theories I'm working off of right now, but this thing's taking me back to school and I kind of like it. So, and I'm back. So all that to say, if R51, R52, and R53, if none of those are present on this board, then the prior tech, sorry for that interruption, if R51 through 53 are not present on this board, then the tech who did this job lost the decoupling stage, and that would certainly explain the noise. I've gotten the noise down by like a good 80%, but I want to get it down the rest of the way. And I want to make sure that all the decoupling and all the filtration stages are in place, so that headroom issue will go away. So presently I'm not seeing R51, R52, and R52. Whoa, there's R52 right there. Okay, so that's the last. Okay, he didn't lose a decoupling stage. Awesome. So there it is. Awesome. Okay, I feel better. Okay. I don't want to disparage this prior tech, because one of the things I do enjoy, let me make a positive spin about like going behind somebody. One of the things that I do enjoy is you kind of get a glimpse into their mentality, and you could really see their level of creativity. And I've seen a lot of creativity from this dude. Some of it might be viewed as like shade tree type stuff that you know, this is something we would say in the country, you know, like shade tree mechanic, a dude who would work on your car under the shade of his tree instead of, you know, having a proper facility with a garage and everything. That doesn't mean anything necessarily, you know, it's not a negative comment. But this should not be in series. At least I have the peace of mind of knowing that the decoupling is in place. So what does that tell me? That does tell me that he doesn't have his nodes backwards. So see, I don't know everything. I'm always learning, and I don't see enough of these Ampegs, to be honest with you. I mean, they're terribly difficult to work with, and they make you cry. You know, they make you cry. But they're interesting to work on, I'll say that. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this guy. And then the main reason why I had labeled everything was simply because I want to make sure that the ground scheme is being respected. Otherwise, that D5 right there becomes a noisemaker. The way Ampeg has it split up is you have C18 and 20 is on one side of that diode, and then 17 and the other parts of the phase inverter and preamp are on the other side, on the opposite side. So you're getting some, like, when you look at various grounding schemes, like they're doing like a variation of a star grounding scheme, and you're getting like a pseudo bit of isolation by using that diode. That's got to be what they're doing. And then once the forward voltage is broken, and then, you know, I still need to study this. You know, the breakover voltage, you know, I got to study to see what's going on with that a little bit further. But I kind of like that this is making me go back to the schematic and just sweat through it, because I have a little bit of time. It's just when I'm at capacity, I'm underwater, that this would become frustrating. But I'm being more intentional about the way I'm scheduling jobs now this year. So, you know, I want to go back to enjoying this and not just being driven by pressure. So, bye. All right, and we're back. You can see this old IC arrangement here in series, because he was trying to make up 500 volts, which was the original rating. Though there's under 400, there's probably 350, 360, 375-ish. At this particular node, you can tell he was just trying to give it some margin, so credit goes where it's deserved, and I give you credit, old tech. However, here's what we're doing here. We're going to be a little more, I would say a little more careful about where I'm placing things. And then you can see the larger cap on the bottom. Well, that's what this was right here. So is it gonna do the job of finally reducing the rest of that background noise? I'm not certain, but it's certainly the right thing to do, so we did it. So I'm gonna go ahead and sniff out those grounds and make sure that that the preamp and phase inverter grounds are on one side of that diode D5, and then the power amp stuff is on the other side of that. So we'll respect Ampeg's original ground scheme and see if that works for us today or this morning. Bye. If you want to see where the ground is, it's just a jumper there. That's why I like these terminal strips. They're very handy. All right, you see that blob right there? That's supposed to be the ground point for these guys way over here. And there's a brown wire under here where the tip of this thing is, that goes over to this cap can ground all the way around here. And then you see it bending up here, follow that. And then it goes underneath the board and connects right there. So that's one of the quote-unquote star grounding points. All right, so the plan is to remove that ground, the one that I just showed you joins up on the board over here. We're gonna take it off the chassis there, or off of this cap can here, and we're gonna basically move it here. And we're going to see what that gains us in terms of noise reduction. Should do something. All right, we're warming up. Now listen to this. There's going to be some oscillations. I relocated that ground wire. You're like, oh, it's worse. Well, there's only one thing left to do, and that is move the ground of the output jack to that common point, and then the rest of that noise is gone now. There's just very little in the background that I have to root out now. Awesome. And here we go. That's it. Final form for that. Now there's just very little background noise that's left to root out, and I'll be looking at a few other places in the meantime, but even if I sent it home now, I would be completely happy.